Hey guys, thanks for clicking on the video. Today I want to take a look at the new 7artisans Cine Zoom. It's a 24 to 96 millimeter T 2.9, I believe. This is really exciting because it is, to my knowledge, probably going to be the most affordable cinematic zoom lens on the market. And we're going to jump over here to the computer to check out basically the Kickstarter campaign, what you're going to get, some of the early bird prices and stuff like that, and comparable lenses, and why this one is super exciting to me personally because I do work in documentary films. So let's jump into that. Alright guys, so the screen recording on my computer is not working for some reason, so we're going to be jumping on the iPad here. Alright, so I'm on the Kickstarter's website looking at the affordable Cine Zoom lens made by 7artisans. Really cool looking video here if you actually play it. I'm going to turn it down. Not really an informational video, more of just like a highlight video of people using the lens and some footage from the lens, which I think is really great. A couple of different applications, like in a studio setting, outdoors, even on a car rig. So that was pretty cool, but we're going to go ahead and scroll on down. So the lens is a 24 to 96 millimeter T 2.9. So the aperture is 2.9. Comes in EF or PL as far as I understand it, and if you are a backer, they will I think prompt you to let them know which mount you need whenever they are sent out. There's some good history, like I mentioned before, on 7artisans. There's a couple really good videos here, especially that second one there, comparing it to an old Canon FD lens. Some of the features, so it's 4x zoom, it goes from 24 to 96. It has a really nice aperture, cinematic aperture of T 2.9. Most things you see are filmed at T 2.8 or below, mostly though T 2.8. So that's really nice. One of the things they're really hyping up is the focus breathing or lack of focus breathing, and also has a parfocal lens, meaning you can zoom in, get focus, and zoom out and it'll still be in focus, and vice versa. And I actually have a lot of experience with Fujifilm's parfocal with a TV show I used to work on. Those were the lenses we used, and it was super handy because I was actually the B cam and my job was to focus in on the product, while the A cam was more like getting a wider shot of the whole scene. And so I would zoom in to, say, a Makita drill, get focus, zoom back out, and then anytime I needed to snap in and out, it would pretty much be in focus. So that's really cool. Moving on down, they're going to have some different adapters and things that you can get with it, and you can actually get all of this at a discounted price right now if you're on Kickstarter and you are a backer, which is really nice and really cool. Definitely jump on that if you're interested. But one of the attachments is this 1.5x teleconverter, which will give you even more zoom range basically. Again, we talked about the focus breathing. You can see an example in some of these GIFs that they have set up here. The parfocal element of it, you can see that here in this little GIF. The back focus can be adjusted, so that's super cool. In this next little slide, you get sort of a perspective on what those zoom links look like, ranging from 24 all the way to 96, so that's pretty cool. Ultra 8K resolution. The Artisan 24 to 96 Cine Zoom lens can support up to 8K Ultra HD photography, delivering outstanding image quality and ensuring every frame is a masterpiece. I don't really know what that means. I guess you can put this on an 8K camera, but then again, like, why wouldn't you be able to? I don't understand that if it's Super 35. Built to last. I will say that's one thing I'm really impressed with this company, and a lot of companies, is even though it's more of a budget-friendly lens, they don't spare expense in the quality. So full metal body. From the videos I've seen, this thing is a boss, and it's not light, so that's something to keep in mind. This lens may not be for you, but for me doing documentaries, I would rather take a little bit heavier lens, mainly because I do use an easy rig, so it's not going to be that big a deal to not have to switch lenses all the time. Yeah, and then you can, if you go down here, you can see, and we know who some of these comparable brands are, and yeah, $1,600 compared to all these others that are got the same specs basically is a killer deal, and I'm really interested in 7artisans products, and I am going to be reaching out to them to see if we can get a loaner to test on this channel, and I'm hoping to throw it on the EOS M Lite, and then also the red Scarlet X. I do think that would be some super cool cameras to try this out on, because those are two of the main cameras that I use for documentaries, along with the Canon C100. It'd be nice to throw it on all three and just see how it works. But we're going to continue down here. Like I said, it's got PL and EF available, and they actually show some different cameras. You should, if you get Super 35, you can use it. But it's got some different cameras, including that AJ Scion, which I thought was like an abandoned camera, but hey, maybe not. 4 lens mount adapters. You see we've got E mount, L mount, RF mount, Z mount, and this is largely because they make other lenses, so this is probably an easy addition for them, which is awesome. I'm glad they've released this now, because they've got so much experience making all their other lenses, they're able to adapt it. You've got some graphs here that I don't quite understand, but if you do understand them and they're helpful to you, they're there, and they're super cool looking, and I'm sure they're important. Rewards at the very bottom is going to show all the different packages that they're offering at this moment, and you are getting a up to 20% discount if you buy those packages. Moving on down, I'm actually really happy about this. There's a really nice case that comes with it, and that's something that you don't get with a lot of lenses. Like, you definitely don't get like a full-on hard case, so pretty excited about that. Again, they've got some images here showing how it was made, kind of the 3D rendering of it. Some really cool factory stuff. I appreciate just all of the detail they've put into this Kickstarter campaign. This is the who we are from their website, which is identical, so you can just read it here. I didn't realize that was on there. Timeline of the project, which is super cool. Like, fulfillment will be this summer, so that's awesome. You're not going to have to wait a long time. And then also, they've got this gallery. They even have a media link where I downloaded all the stuff, and like the assets that you're seeing on screen. Links to all their socials. Risk and challenges, really cool section to get into. They're pretty transparent. I think that's another thing I really like about them. But yeah, super excited about this lens, guys. We're gonna definitely make a huge effort to get this lens here so that we can throw it on these cameras and see what it's all about. And honestly, if it's what I think it's gonna be, if it's the same quality as the rest of their lenses, if the image works really well with Super 35, and it is going to be as affordable as they're saying, I would love to have this as kind of my go-to main lens that lives on the camera when shooting documentaries. Mainly because I've been wanting a Cine Zoom for a long time, especially after working in TV and using not a Cine Zoom, more of a broadcast Fujifilm, but the same concept applies. Some of the lenses that I've been looking at, they're in the $5,000, $7,000 range, and for me, I can spend that money so way better in other areas to get the films made. In fact, I can make 2 or 3 short documentaries with that money just for my time alone. So I just can't right now justify the price for a Fujifilm or even a Diozo lens or whatever those are called, or the Siryu, or how do you say that? Anyway. This would be in the perfect price range, and it seems like it's going to sell out. Like, personally, I think these lenses are going to go very quickly. Obviously, there are a lot of Kickstarter backers that are going to be getting them, but then once they go into full production, I could see a couple months in them getting on back order and being really, really hard to get, because they are a company that creates quality products, and at an affordable price, it's kind of a recipe for a sellout. So anyway, guys, I hope this video has helped you. Make sure you go check out their Kickstarter campaign and be on the lookout for more content, hopefully some reviews of the actual lens, because we are going to make an effort to get it. And yeah, we'll talk to you soon. Peace.